Hello. Welcome to 52 weeks of angel connections. Here, let me adjust that a moment. Um, so today we are speaking with about and to Kali, who is a Hindu goddess, a Hindu deity, said to be created from the shed skin of Parvati, consort of Shiva. And Kali, sometimes I don't know. I think I had misunderstood her. Maybe you've misunderstood her as well. You see a picture of Kali. She's standing on the body of her husband. On the body of her husband, she's got a long tongue lolling about. She's got all these arms, and her skirt seems to be made of uh, dismembered arms and skulls and this type of thing. She looks kind of frightening. So we may get a different vision of her. She stepped forward today. I was thinking that Azrael was going to step forward. I started feeling him, and I thought, okay, this is going to be a great message from Azrael. But I did look back at previous episodes, and we've covered Azrael. So Kali said, "No worries, no worries. I'll show up. I'll turn in. I'll turn up." So she's got a fiery energy. And last week we talked about Mary Magdalene, who also has a very determined, forceful energy. So Kali, you might think of in terms of, well, she's a bitch, which we can interpret to mean a babe in total control of herself, bitch. So women who have a forceful energy do get misunderstood a lot. Somehow it's okay for males to have a forceful energy, but not for females. I wonder why that is. So, sometimes women like Callie or like Mary Magdalene get categorized. They get put into a certain box that they certainly don't belong in. So Kali is no exception, of course. So according to Doreen Virtue's book of Archangels and Ascended Masters, Kali is a Hindu aspect of Devi, who is the ultimate goddess. Kali is the goddess of the endings of cycles, the death and transformation energy that lets go of the old and brings in the new. We do often see Kali depicted kind of like the tower in Tarot, where everything is falling apart. We do have to have a destruction of the old in order to have something new. And so Kali is all about that. Destroying the ego, bashing up the way that we used to do things so that we can build on that and build something new, a new way of being. Some are threatened by Kali's seemingly destructive power. However, Kali is actually a loving energy that helps free us of fear. How free would you be if you did destroy that part of you that is fearful? If you've seen The Key House, it's a movie, it's a book too, but on Netflix, there is one of the keys that you can find in this house that destroys an aspect of you. And one of the characters uses this key to destroy fear. And when that fear was destroyed, she was like a new person. She wasn't as anxious. She wasn't as withdrawn. She was much more confident. She could move through life with this power and confidence that she didn't have before. Of course, it led her to take some risks that she would not have taken before. So maybe a little bit of fear is okay, but if we can release the type of fear that holds us back, that's really the sweet spot. And I believe that's what Kali can bring to us. Kali is a personality of high energy. She's a supercharged woman on a clear mission. She has an impatient artist temperament, like a stage mom who knows what needs to be done and doesn't have time to argue. In fact, when she showed up with me, she's just like, all right, let's do this. Let's get to it. Don't think about it. Just do it. She's very impatient, but not in a bad way, but in a way of, you know what to do. Just do it. Get on it. What are you waiting for? That's really the energy that I get from her. Very similar to Mary Magdalene. As I said, Mary Magdalene's energy is very, very strong, very forceful, very much, you know what to do. Why aren't you doing it? You need to just move forward. Just don't think about it. Just do it. This is very much the energy I get from both of them. So Kali helps us with courage, determination, direction, focus, motivation, protection, and tenacity. The stick-to-itiveness, the strength to get up and do what needs to be done, to borrow a line from A Prairie Home Companion by Garrison Keillor. All right, so Kali's wanting to talk to me about change. And she's showing me again the image of a tower that's being destroyed. The tower card looks really bad in tarot, but all it means is that the old way is being destroyed so that the new can come through. The old that might be destroyed is a job that we lost, a relationship that's over, that's run its course, that we need to change. It can be on a global scale, and that's what she wants to mention is COVID. All the things we're going through right now. Much like Azrael talks about change and bringing in the new, Kali is all about that as well. And she's saying, you guys know what you need to build from this, but you're not doing it. Okay, she wants to come through in a bigger way. So let me bring her in. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. And the presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. All right. You guys know what you're supposed to do. You co-created this situation with COVID. You called out for help. Things were not working. Things were not going forward the way that you wanted them to go forward. You needed a change, and you needed something drastic to happen because change was going to be so gradual and was not going to show up for everybody. So you asked for this. You invited these new energies to come in, and what have you done with it? Many of you have thrived. Many of you have grown. You've gone inside like you should, like you wanted to, like you asked to. You asked to be able to go inside. And many of you have done this. Many of you have realized that I am enjoying spending time with my family. I'm enjoying spending time on my own. I'm seeing what in my life works and what doesn't work. But many of you are saying we need to get back to life as it was. I need to get back to work the way that it was. We need to get back out to do the things we used to do. Many of you are saying we need to get back to life as normal. We need to get back to things as normal. You need to stop. Things will not be the same normal. You need to understand that we have been creating on the back end, along with you and along with your energies, the way that you need to be, the way you've been asking to be, the way you've been demanding to move forward, the way you've been demanding to have new life, to have new relationships, a new way of being on this planet. Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten what you had been asking? And now is the time to create that. Be bold. Be bold. You know that school was not working the way it was going. Children being told to be quiet, toe the line, sit in rows, listen, and only speak when called on. And you know that was not working. You know that children were allowed to bully and bother other children, and nothing was being done. Oh, boys will be boys. Children will be children. We're powerless to do anything. You knew that was not working for you. And so we've co-created a situation where children are not okay to go back to school. Things can be dangerous for them there. And there are many who will say, well, in my community, it's not so bad. Maybe it's okay for them to go to school. If you feel that way and have made strides at your school to change the way things are being done, wonderful. But if you've not made any changes to how you approach your children's education, to how you approach your relationship with your school, to how you approach the relationship that you have with administration and the governing bodies of the schools, even, yes, the small private schools. If you have not addressed this, you have not taken this situation for the gift that it truly is. What have you been waiting for? We're not going to step out of the clouds and do it for you. You need to step up to the clouds and do it for yourself. Those of you who are in jobs that were not paying well, that were not treating you well, that you felt you did not have security, you did not have a voice, you did not have the power to do what you needed to do because you have to answer to the power of a corporation. You have to answer to the power of a CEO who's making money and lots of it off of your backs. And you're not receiving the recognition that you need to to receive for the contributions that you've been making. And if you've not made any changes, why not? Many of you have moved to do your jobs, to do your work from home. And that has been a benefit to all of you. That has been a benefit to so many who just cannot tolerate the negative energy from a workplace. Is it okay for you to move back to that? Really? Are you okay with going back to things the way they were? Do you crave something new? What can you do to change that situation for yourself? Those of you who are in relationship that for whatever reason is not working for you, you've faced new ways of being during this pandemic. What changes do you need to make in your relationship? What changes do you need to make in your home life, in your family life? Are you doing them? Why not? It's time to do it. Things are changing. Things are changing behind the scenes. It's time for you to make the changes you need in your life. We are not going to step out of the clouds and do it for you. We will hold your space. We will hold collective space for you to make these changes. We will assist you when you ask, but you've not been asking. It may sound that you're being chided. It may sound that you're being scolded in a way, and perhaps you are. But what are you doing? What steps are you taking? How are you building out of the chaos? What are you doing to make strides, to embrace a new way of presenting yourself, to embrace a new way of operating your family? What are you doing? There's great love for you here. Do not get me wrong. And we are here anytime that you need us, but you do need to call and ask. If you wish to connect with me, I want you to light a candle and just say my name 3 times, Kali, Kali, Kali. And then tell me what you want me to help you with. I'm very happy to do so. All of us at this station are waiting to see what you do with this situation. That is enough for now. I am Kali, and I bid you a good day. Well, she's intense. She's really intense. Wow. She feels like a fireball. She truly does. Like someone who is, like Doreen Virtue said, very impatient, very task-oriented, very driven, right? I would like to urge us all to take some of that energy and just say, okay, what creative things can I do in my community to help bring about an end to COVID, to help take care of those who are sick and not doing well, to help take care of those who maybe have lost their job or had their hours reduced? What can we do? What can we do? There's quite a lot, right? Even in terms of lobbying for better health care, nobody should have a $1.1 million medical bill from a pandemic that could easily be mitigated if we chose to do what's right, if we chose to make sacrifices. So I think that Kali's message, at least I received it very well. Kali's message of, hey, this situation was co-created, but so that you could take advantage of it and make some necessary changes. Are we doing that? To some extent, we are. I think we are. About half of the country is, at least the United States, is taking this virus very seriously. The others may not, and the others may need to wake up to the fact that we have a responsibility to each other, and that we do have a responsibility to make important changes. It would be a tragedy to let this opportunity pass by without making strides in terms of public health and public health care. So that's my personal view, but I would love us to do that, to rise up. Like she said, she said, we're not going to come down out of the clouds, but we, humanity, we need to rise up. We need to lift up. We need to lift up and come together. So anyway, that's Kali. And I really, when she stepped forward, I could see why she needed to come through today. So thank you so much if you've been watching so far. If you're watching in the replay, thank you so much. Please subscribe to this channel on YouTube so that you're notified of um, any future workshops, any future videos we have coming up. And if you would, check out the Radiate You Premium Facebook group. It's a subscription-based private group, and in that group, you get to vote on who comes through. And that was something I did not do in the group this week, unfortunately. Um, kind of let it slip by and didn't set up the poll. But if you want to vote and ask questions, you can certainly ask questions of any of the beings that I'm bringing through. So you can ask questions, you can send questions there that I can ask then in the session. And you can also see replays of past classes that we've done, mini lessons on things. We have guest speakers and all that and more. Think of it as a premium version of our Radiate Wellness podcast. All right, that's it for now. I will see you next week. Get out there and make some positive changes, okay? Bye.